I am going to be a professional writer in the next couple months, and I just think that's insane. I used to write fanfics. Today is my first day of grad school. Actually, not sure if I should be cheering. This is about to be maybe like the hardest year of my life as far as schooling goes. I'm attending the University of Westminster on their 1-year track to get my master's in creative writing. So I'm here. I'm in grad school. I'm in another country. I'm an international student. Like it's so hard to believe this is seriously my life right now. I really don't know what to expect for the first day. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to write something or if I'm just gonna be sitting in a lecture hall. I have no idea. I don't know if I'm in a small classroom or a big one. I don't know, which kind of stresses me out just a little bit, especially coming from doing the last 4 years at Howard and knowing literally every single thing about it and knowing exactly what to expect. It's a much different experience going into this and just not really knowing, especially your master's is, well, in my case, it's very independent. So I only have classes a couple times a week. They're only a few hours, like it's very chill. I don't even know if I have to go to every class, like it's very relaxed. But then at the end of the semester and then at the end of the year, I have a huge project to submit. Like my entire degree rides on one project. So it's gonna take a lot of discipline and it's gonna take a lot of caring about what I'm doing to actually make this happen and make it work, especially being in London and Europe in general and being in my early 20s. Like there's just so many distractions and so many things I can get caught up in. So I really need to like be disciplined, but I don't think I'm gonna have an issue with that. It's just something that I'm definitely like noting. Backpack is on, it's time to go. I am feeling so many emotions right now. I am proud of myself. I'm excited. I'm also a little nervous. I'm also a little scared. I don't know anybody. My program is relatively small, so the people that I meet in these classes are gonna be the people that I'm with for the next year. It's not like I'm gonna bounce around and like be with other people. Of course I can meet other friends and whatnot out, but you know, the people in your program, like that is gonna be your community. Those are gonna be like your classmates that I'm gonna see every day. I'm gonna have to work with them. I'm gonna have to be vulnerable and share my writing. And it's just like, this feels like the start of a new chapter, a new era, potentially like the start of a career, potentially the start of getting a book published. Like this is major for the rest of my life. And my dad told me that I can't put that much pressure on myself and on this experience, but I can't help it. I'm sorry if you're watching this, Dad. I just can't help it. Like this is what I do. Like I put pressure on myself. I'm about to be really corny. I put pressure on myself, but like pressure makes diamonds and like I always come out a diamond. I'm kidding, but not kidding. Okay, a little nervy. All right, let's go. We got this. First day of grad school. What a long day. Such a long day. I left my house at 11 and I just got back. Right now it's like 6:30. I didn't anticipate staying on campus for that long, but I really love the environment that's there. From the outside, the building looks so small, and then when you go in, there is like 9 floors, hundreds of rooms, there's a huge gymnasium, there's an actual gym in the basement, there's like 3 cafes, there's like a bar situation. Like it is so huge, and there are so many areas to be in that it just feels like very welcoming, very inviting. And I was really nervous that I wasn't going to feel like I was in college anymore, or I wasn't gonna get that same experience that I had for undergrad. Which, no, nothing is ever going to be like undergrad was. Like Howard University was such a unique experience. However, I do still feel like I am in school, like being able to sit in a cafe type situation and just have so many people with their laptops out and people laughing and giggling and people walking down the halls, and just like it being such a populated area makes it feel really school-like, which I'm really glad and happy for. I wasn't sure if that was gonna be the same experience, but I did it. I completed my first day. Yay! It's gonna be a lot of work. It is 100% gonna be a lot of work, but I think it's going to be so worth it. I already learned a couple of new things today when normally you don't learn anything the first week of classes, but I actually learned stuff. Like I took notes and had these like realizations that were like, oh, when it comes to like writing and characters and finding your voice and stuff like that. It's also so cool to see all the just different walks of life and the things that people are interested in, the type of writing that people enjoy, how it differs from mine. Like I feel like I'm a very basic, like cut and dry writer, like poetry, fiction, that's about it. But then I meet all these people and they're like, no, I do poetry based on art and I do criticism and I do this and that, and it's just like so many different walks of life, but we're all band together by this one thing that is writing, no matter where we come from, no matter how old we are, no matter if we have kids, if we're married. Like there's just so many different types of people in the program that I think I'm really going to learn so much, and I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to what this year has in store. Excuse me, I did not mean to yawn, but I'm so tired right now. That is what I was going to tell you anyway. My brain feels like mush. I am fatigued. I'm cloudy brained. I don't even think that's a proper saying, but like I am just so tired right now. I have not been in a classroom setting where I had to actually sit down and retain information in a really long time, like probably early April, if not middle, like late March. I feel like after spring break, my senior year, all the work kind of stopped. Like I still had assignments and whatnot, but it wasn't really like intensive work, like not like what today was in my class. So my brain is tired. I'm tired. My eyes kind of hurt. I need to figure out how to like up my stamina though for sitting in class so that I don't like fall asleep or get too tired or whatever. This was given to us by the professor, and it's an excerpt from Dreaming and Scheming by, I can't read the handwriting, so I'll put the name on the screen, but it is basically a book about writing. If you have no interest in writing, this probably will be no interest to you, but if you are like any ounce bit interested in like creating and writing, art, literally any of it, I think you're gonna find this so exciting or just special. I don't know. So it says, to begin to write, to attempt anything creative for that matter, is to ask many other questions, not only about the craft itself, but of oneself and of life. I feel like that like perfectly encapsulates what I find like writing to be like, even honestly creating YouTube videos, because like this is a form of art, it is a form of creating, and it takes a lot of vulnerability and confidence to just like speak and say what you want to say and put yourself out there. And it does take a lot of questioning and a lot of wondering. And I just find that so interesting because a big part of why I love to write is because it's so introspective and it's so personal, and it's really this like safe outlet to really express myself. So just seeing it like articulated like this and actually like verbalized in this way was great. And I loved sitting in class and like being in a room where as soon as it was spoken, everyone like pulled out a highlighter and started highlighting because everyone was just like, whoa, like that encapsulates what it feels like to create something. So this isn't even just in terms of writing, this is just literally in terms of any type of art. It really takes a lot of like inward whatevering to be able to like put yourself out there for real and to like pull something out of you that's creative and great and fresh and new. So just wanted to share that. I have no class today, and I'm not sure if this is my finalized schedule or if this is just like the first week thing, because I was supposed to have class today, just like I was supposed to have class on Tuesday, but then it got moved and then it got canceled and it got switched. So I don't really know what my exact schedule is going to be, but for right now, there's no class right now, or today, Thursday. I'm someone who thrives off of structure and thrives off of routine. Like I love waking up and knowing, okay, I have this, and this to do today. I don't really love when I wake up and feel like it's a world of possibilities. Like I just like to know what I have to do. And having all this free time, which free time in quotations, because technically we only have this much free time, and the classes are so sporadic because you're supposed to be doing work during these times. I'm pretty sure it's like 98% of your studies for your master's for my program are supposed to be done outside the classroom, and then the like 2% is in classroom. So technically my days of no classes like are not free time, it's just not time that I'm in the room. And obviously right now I don't have any work, so it just feels like free days. I'm really gonna try my best to get out and make sure I'm either going to campus and like sitting in the library or going to like a coffee shop or just not being in my apartment in my pajamas doing my homework on my couch. Obviously, if I'm feeling like super burnt out or something, I'll do it, but it wouldn't be ideal. Like, I really want to make sure that I'm getting outside, I'm exploring, like really living like a full, fun life, not just like rotting in this apartment in my flat. I did a bunch of research this morning to try and find a coffee shop that I wanted to go to. Apparently, and heavy on the apparently, because I have not been to like any coffee shops yet. This is just from what I've seen on TikTok. Apparently, not every single coffee shop lets you sit in there with a laptop, which I guess anywhere it's like that. You know, there's always every now and then you can't pull it out. But apparently, I keep saying apparently because I don't want to be like giving wrong or misinformation or have it be like, oh my God, did this girl do like no research before she moved there? Like, I'm saying apparently because I don't know. We just have to see. But from what I saw, there are way more places that don't allow you to work than ones that do allow you to work. So I found a list of like best work from home coffee spots in London, and I found this place called Ginger and White, and it's actually not that far from me, so I think I'm gonna head there. I hope it's really cute and aesthetic. I kind of need the cute aesthetics to want to do my work. There's only a few places in London that I really wanted to visit as soon as I got here, and one of them was Hampstead Heath, specifically to go to Parliament Hill. So I made my way. I feel like every couple of days I would tell Delaney or think to myself, I'm like, we gotta go to Hampstead Heath, we gotta go to Hampstead Heath. But we just hadn't found time to come to it. But it ended up being right around the corner from where I was studying and editing and whatnot. So we're in Hampstead Heath. I'm looking for Parliament Hill right now. It's that hill that you've seen in probably every movie that takes place in London, specifically at the end of Eternals, when, spoilers, when Cersei gets like picked up by the Celestial. That is at Hampstead Heath, and I've wanted to go because you can see the entire city of London, and just in general, I feel like Hampstead Heath is such a popular park that you see all over TikTok and whatnot, and it is huge, like, huge. We're gonna go to Parliament Hill. I'm really excited. I wanted to watch the sunset there, but honestly, I don't think there's gonna be a pretty one. It's pretty like gray and gloomy, which it is gray and gloomy like every day, but it's extra gloomy today. Some people say I'm running a little late this morning, which I absolutely hate. Like, I hate not being on time, especially because I normally get up with more than enough time, like enough time to leisurely sit down and journal and like whatever, but I'm just running late this morning, which I hate. It's my first class. I also always bring my Kindle, but I never actually read it, but then I feel like the day that I don't bring it is the day I'm gonna want it, but it makes my bag so heavy. I only have one class today, but then I have to go do something for my visa, so I'm gonna be out kind of all day, or at least maybe, I don't know, I'm kind of going far for the visa, so I don't necessarily know if I'm gonna come all the way back here. I woke up at freaking 7 a.m., got out of bed at like 7:10, and I'm still not ready on time. So that means I'm gonna have to wake up earlier, but then that also means I'm gonna have to get up earlier every single day during the week. I need this routine. I need to like keep on the same time every single day waking up. So maybe I'll become a morning girl, who knows? But we're dressed. One class today. First class of this module. I think it'll go well. I'm kind of past the whole like nervous about school thing, especially because I'm now late and I'm like rushing. So, okay, let's get on. I went to class, I did this stuff for my visa, and I'm so glad that that's now out of the way and I don't have to worry about it anymore. It wasn't the end of the world that I had an issue, but obviously it was really important because that kind of determines your immigration status, and if I wanted to travel outside the UK, I would have had a problem trying to come back. So we're all good. I will be hearing back in the next couple weeks with like the next steps, but should be perfectly fine, so that's pretty good. Not gonna lie, I'm like dying right now of exhaustion. Like, I barely slept and then I woke up so early, so I like need coffee right now, like 6 shots of espresso. And then I also want to do some work before I go home. I've reached the level of exhaustion where I have a headache and I'm kind of delirious, and I've been laying on the couch for the last like 3 hours hoping that I would just like naturally fall asleep, but I didn't. And now it's 6:30, and it's kind of like, if I go to bed now, I'm not gonna go to sleep later, and it's gonna throw off the whole weekend, so it's like, might as well just push through, but I'm so tired. While I was at Pret though, I was looking at my schedule and filling out my planner, putting in assignments and whatnot, and I really don't have assignments. I only have like big portfolios due at the end of each module. So I'm in the 1-year program, right? So my program is September to September. I'm taking 2 classes that are 1 year long. So one of them is called the writing business. That's the class that I had today. And that one is basically just like learning about the production parts of writing, or publishing rather. Then the other course that's a year long, I think it's called the writing project, something like that. But basically this is like the huge portfolio that's going to determine if I get this degree or not. So it's either 10,000 words, and that can be either like a short story, so a story that's beginning to end, or it can be like chapters of a big novel. You can kind of play around with what the 10,000 words entail. Or you can do poems, but it's 400 lines of poetry. Or you can do a play, and I think the play has to be like 60 minutes long, so that ends up being like 100 something pages. I don't really know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm still thinking about it. I'm kind of intrigued by the 400 lines of poetry, but I also don't know if that is excessive. Like 400 lines, can I do that? I don't know. A lot of the poetry that I write is short stuff. Like, I like to write short form. I have some time until I actually need to decide something, but it also feels like a lot of pressure because whatever I choose, like in the next couple weeks, is what I'm going to be doing for the literally next year. So I kind of have to be very strategic and like really think about what I want to do. Now let's go do some work, prep for the week. It has been quite the week, if I do say so myself. I feel like so many different emotions. I really need to pull out my journal and just write it all out, because I feel like I just keep talking on YouTube and I keep talking on TikTok, but I haven't had a moment off camera where I just sit with myself and really articulate and think about everything. This was like a couple nights ago, and I was debating if I wanted to share it in a vlog or not, or really like put it out there, but I think it's kind of a funny story. So I used to write MagCon fan fictions when I was younger, when I was in middle school, like 11, 12, 13. I would stay up all night writing these stupid stories. No, they were not stupid. And I remember my brain would always be moving faster than my hands were. And I'd be like, oh, I just wish I could write faster. Like, I just need to get this story out. And words would just flow out of me. And I loved it. And it was so exhilarating. And it was just so exciting to me. I used to write fanfics for fun, like just to like cure myself at night. And now I am literally in writing school to potentially, hopefully, and if we're talking in like manifestation terms, to become a professional writer. Like, I could potentially, not even potentially, I need to start speaking as if this stuff is happening, because it is happening. Like, this is a very viable, real thing for me. I'm going to have published work in the next couple months. I am going to be a professional writer in the next couple months, and I just think that's insane that I used to write fanfics just to like soothe myself at night. And it's just insane that something that I have felt so like soul connected to my entire life has become something that I hopefully will be able to make money from, and to be like a true viable way to live my life. And it's just so surreal, so insane, even more insane that I'm doing it in London, like the birthplace of literature. I can't believe it. I will see you somewhere else on the internet, but until then, bye-bye. Bye-bye. I never say bye-bye. Oh my God. It's like my mind is like flipping out right now thinking about the fact that like I'm doing this. Okay. I'll see you very soon for a brand new video. Bye.